Pop-up video, pop-up video. Here, recording has started like yesterday. Here's good news from a local news channel, 2 states over towards west, and that's Arizona, here, Texas here, deep in the heart of Texas. Here's a utopian fantasy. There was a lot of stuff like this towards the end of the second millennium. Now that we're in the third millennium, this stuff is becoming a reality. I don't know why I'm doing that. I was hearing the song Bling Bling, and it's sort of like a dance move, like bling bling, bling bling, bling bling. I don't know. Just looking at myself in the mirror. Anyway, so what else about that? So Howard Hughes was sort of like a quote unquote madman. A lot of people made fun of him in the media. He built like a media home theater system. I don't know. I haven't even seen that movie about all this stuff. They had like a flying goose or something. I don't even know what to call it. He wanted the largest airplane ever that could also land in water. Anyways, he was known for saying, "It's the way of the future. It's the way of the future." Here really is this utopian city. It's sort of like Tomorrowland or the Land of Tomorrow or something at Disney World. It was a movie with George Clooney. I think it's called Tomorrowland. And they have all this advanced technology. When Disney World was built in Florida, they had a underground system of delivery so that delivery trucks and stuff like that would be underground, so it would be out of sight, just like the George Clooney movie. And it's a quote from the song Follow the Leader, Eric B. and Rakim's 1988 album and song that I've referenced many times because I only recently discovered it. So anyways, in games like SimCity, Cities of Tomorrow is the latest and greatest of it from over half a decade ago now. They have a lot of these drones that deliver up in the air. The thing is that's so tacky, this same underground system could be created from scratch, first using physical trucks for delivery, and eventually completely 100% automating waste delivery output from a home, and goods and services input to the home using Virgin Hyperloop. There's also Richard Branson's Virgin Intergalactic or Virgin Galactic, Virgin Interactive video games from the 1980s. They made spatial video games, and Virgin Records, Virgin. I don't know. Anyways, like a CD warehouse or something. So that's just the good news there. Is this recording? It is. Okay. So I made a few comments in some of my videos. Not only is that a character from Toy Story, that's whatchamacallit, very similar to Snoop Dogg or Snoopy or whatever. And I say that it's sort of like the final chapter of Robert Greene's book, Assumed Formlessness. So his form, even though he's made of slinkies, it's a mosquito, right? And that's the same stuff. Anyway, so here is Vinny, Silly, Cilly, not to be confused, he's not Sicilian, he's Italian American, in this video game here. And that's from GTA 3.3. And then in GTA 4, they have Trey Stewart, who betrays, in character, he betrays Dwayne. And Dwayne and Antonio Cipriani are the 2 characters that happened first. It's a lot easier to watch this about Vincenzo Silly or Chili. Anyways, okay, so what was I going to say? So Elon Mosquito evades good like any mosquito would, I think. And I'm making fun of Winston, an old slogan that only elders would recognize, or well-studied people who are not elders. Here's a book that I found. I typed in Loud Louie and it turned out to be a scholastic book. I reference a teacher who has a lot of communist propaganda, and then there's a news that's bad news. It's a Campbell Scottish stuff, because that's what I saw there on the Scottish bagpipes. And so here's the Scottish Clan dress. Wow, no, it's not called a dress. It's called Highland. What is it called? Highland dress. Yeah, Scottish clan or Campbell clan. Sweet gum quote about a tree. She's from the same place as Alice Walton. I just found yesterday. I thought that book was one of those books that was like centuries old. It was only written less than 2 decades ago. That picture wasn't supposed to be sideways, but that's my dad in the window. And there's even a sweet gum branch that's shaped just like that I haven't taken a picture of. Because a giant branch fell. So what am I talking about here? So okay. So in one of my videos, what I've sort of been doing is uploading them. So here's like a big joke. Like it looks really bad, but definitely check out the links here where I found this video. I don't know what to say other than that. I made like 10 videos about it. The shortest video is the last one that I forgot to upload. I meant to upload it first. I think it's a 10-minute video. Oh, it's this one, yeah. That thumbnail is from a video with the link in the description. This is just a 1-minute complaint here with no audio even, but it's really funny what she's complaining about. Because she's graduating and she has, she'd almost rather stay and complete like a master's degree at Berkeley in California, University of California at Berkeley. Is that right? I don't know if that's the name of it. So I re-uploaded this video here. This video and that video are the same. I watched this one because I have it on private. And I haven't watched this even once. I have commented on it though. So I have so many ideas of how this ought to be redone. I was just thinking about on author Robert Hughes' Twitter. So he wrote a book with 50 Cent called Power Book, or no, rather the 50th Law, after his book 48 Laws from the late 1990s. And what 50 Cent's in the news about today is for referencing Power Book 3 or something like that. In reality, there's one movie that 50 Cent made like 1.5 decades ago about what he's talking about. So it's not even necessary to watch the entire TV series he mentions. I can't remember it. It's about a fictional like pharmaceutical. That's what it's like. I wouldn't be able to remember the name. I watched that movie from Redbox. I was gonna change this to Fit and All. Fit and All. This could be an exercise book, right? It's hard to explain in 1 minute. So anyway, rapper Rick. So what's going on is 50 Cent took a man's name who became deceased in the late 1980s, and he's been in character since the late. Himself, Curtis Jackson, is not 50 Cent. 50 Cent is a fictional. It's a non-fiction. His character is non-fictional. A lot of rap music is reality. It's like non-fiction, whereas almost all other music is fictional. So what he's doing is in character as Kelvin Martin. Can't remember his name. Someone from New York, like a street legend. That's who the first original 50 Cent was. Of course, besides the half a dollar of JFK and stuff. So John F. Kennedy. What am I talking about here? So 50 Cent is disrespecting another character who was based on another street legend in TV series The Wire. And that's very bad news. Yet it also happened with George Floyd and a rapper known as Face. He really wasn't a rapper. He was more of a politician, though. He was involved in politics. He was featured on Donald Trump's YouTube channel. A guy named King Face. And he disrespected George Floyd because he didn't want to inherit he didn't want to have to go through the same thing. Yeah, he went through something even worse. And so that's what's going on with praise and disrespect. So let me move on from that. Rick Ross was apparently seemingly jealous, or not jealous. He wanted to also write a book with Robert Greene called The 51st Law with Rick Ross. Rick Ross himself, the rapper musician, is imitating another street figure who is, thankfully, he's like Saving Private Ryan. He's like the last brother left of all of them. Of those three that I mentioned, the street figures, Rick Ross, Freeway Ricky Ross, is still here. So we're happy about that. No, from my perspective, it's just objective. I try not to praise or disrespect. It's just completely non-feeling, regarding fatal mistakes. That's my main concern. Ought to be everyone else's main concern too. So, anyways, I'm just thinking of like so many people have a lot of great ideas and imaginative, forward-thinking ideas, yet aren't there to see them realized, like Walt Disney and Howard Hughes and stuff. So I'm somewhat cautious to go into that too. So anyway, so I have so many ideas here. Rick Ross dissed Robert Greene, author, on Twitter. So I want to make a fake screenshot of Robert Greene dissing not Rick Ross, but maybe someone else who's imitating a street figure who says blank blank has joined the gang. I'll open up the phone in game, text that person, "You should have never outshined a master," and show Robert Greene's quote making just an everyday rapper diss statement, and then show how my character runs up and starts and hitting him with intimidation. And what's so funny about mosquito is Spanish for little fly. They're prone or immune to intimidation. That's their thing. So, know thy enemy, the art of war, or whatever. I'm doing quotes in there. That's one idea, and the reason that I recorded this. But there was other ideas. Having someone else, such as my partner Alex, in here, virtual partner. Let's just say virtual partner, right? So I meet a lot of people online. I don't meet up with people in person. I'm just gonna try to really make something clear. Alex is featured in this video. We just met at GTA like a few days ago. And the idea is for Alex, I'll send you this video. You can text someone in the game like, "You should have never outshined your master," whatever insert name here is. And that's what the secret like humor is of Robert Greene's books. Every single day, if I search the word "never outshine the master," law number 1 of 48 laws, always somebody, every single day, every single week, spamming this stuff. And it's so funny. Let me show in the mirror what it looks like. It's like people are stepping up. There's already thousands of people making videos about his books from the late 90s. And it's like, here's the next person who says, comes out on YouTube saying, you made a big mistake. You should have never outshined your master, Robert Greene, right? And so it's like, if to recreate that in GTA would be something seriously funny. And there's a ton of more ideas. I'll have to go through the video. Let me see if I can show. I also made a playlist. So I'm getting notifications. Here's Alex. I'm not going to read this stuff out loud. There's too much here. So Alex, last name Cortez, like without, if it had a Z, it would be Cortez the Explorer. And for some reason, this Thelma and Louise from Wayne's World is impossible to find on YouTube. It's at the ending of either Wayne's World Part 1 or 2, I don't remember. Making fun of that movie, Thelma and Louise. She's on Fire is from remake of the Al Capone movie from 1930 Scarface, remade with Al Pacino, and this song right here. And what's so funny is in the 90s, NBA Jam and NFL Blitz had the idea of a player being on fire when they have infinite turbo and all this stuff. What else? So I could send a link to a voice chat, and we could work this stuff out in the game. It's just so hard to text this stuff. So I suppose that's all. And here's something about the books we were just talking about. I sent a link to a playlist. Here's the comment from 11 hours ago. So she just finished the book yesterday, or 2 days ago. And it's about mosquitoes. It's like the punchline of the whole book. And in The Art of War, Know Thy Enemy, it's the same thing. They're made of springs. Okay, so where's, I'll load this. I've done so much, the video might crash. Oh, this part is so funny. I'm trying to be obvious, or just trying to say what's happening. That's tear gas, but before that, she throws a trip mine. Here's the phone to call and stuff. She throws a trip mine and says, "That's a mine," or I say, "That's a mine," and then like a couple of minutes later, she runs over and it's like beep 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 boom, and it's like what I should have said was, "Now that's a yours," instead of "That's a mine," or "That's a me," Mario. What else? There's just so much stuff. Here I should have had a taxi ride. Here's the Thelma and Louise part. It's really easy to get into the base. That's Fort Zancudo Air Base. It's really hard to get. There's only one way to get out. Oh, I forgot about the tower. I'll see if it can be seen. One thing about Young Jock's song, it's going down. At the end of verse 1, if you tap this 3 times and it goes plus 20 seconds, it skips right over the chorus and goes to verse 2, and then press 3 times and it skips 20 seconds. It says verse number 3 or something. Oh, I just missed it. So here I'll tap twice to go back 10 seconds. Over here is where the tower's at. Maybe it's not even visible. I know how to get up there. It's not easy. I don't think there's any on it. That's one tower. I'm talking about a different tower. It's thick. I can't remember if that's the tower. There's like a moat around the base, and there's no way in, no way out, except for over the fence. That's the only place that I've found to make a jump. And if it's not hit just right, the car just stops. Okay, so that's Alex with the red hair, his character, and that's my character. Her name is Debbie or whatever. Yeah, there's so much stuff in this video. This is the one that I watch. I've watched it 13 times, and the one that I uploaded is this one. I haven't watched it even once. So, oh, and my videos over here have a lot of views there. That can be seen on my playlist. Watch Later Overflow is really far away. Whoa, this is gonna, it's like video number 200 or something. I'm just trying to think. A lot of these are mine. Here's the quote from San Andreas: "Same things that make us laugh, make us cry." Those are 2 different songs. The same love that made me laugh, made me cry. The same thing makes you laugh, makes you cry. Those are 2 different artists, 2 different songs. Same song here, 2 different artists. Same name of a song, and same band name here. Here's a video that says the rock song that ended disco. That's Blondie's Rapture, but because it also ended punk music. It's mentioned in the song. Here's School of Rock, and here's channel name Professor of Rock. Here's a movie from 1952 where an actual monkey is on a football team. The National Association of College Football Players. NCAA. Yeah, it was an actual monkey. It can be seen in this movie. Ronald Reagan was in the original. He was Marlon 1 and Marlon 2, Marlon Webb and Marlon Kraft. What's up? My video again. That's my 10th cousin, 5 times removed. There's no descendants, so we all inherited. If he was actually Jewish, if David Thoreau was actually Jewish, we inherited that on my family just because there was none of them left. It's really strange. Everything is strange about that. This guy talking about my cousin in the 1950s, talking about what happened way before that. I'm going to disable the camera because whatever. In San Andreas, there's a place called Tobacco Beyond. In his book, Walden, he mentions Beast of Burden. It's a Rolling Stone song, and it's shaped like a Bigfoot. The area in San Andreas. So something I learned watching this right here. Here's my last name in Italian. Here it is in Spanish. So the idea is, if my last name is Petrino, like it would mean Godfather knows best. Godfather knows best. Better. And you could bet, she can bet her life. Wait, no, I can bet her life that I know better than him. Her father. Okay. I can't even remember what video I'm looking for. This is going to take so long. These two are my videos here about Lenny Dykstra. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. This is a language I don't even recognize. I think it might be Japanese. This is completely unintentional. I know I read too much into stuff. Check out just the first letter here. This was completely unintentional. It spells a word. Anyways, that's just a bunch of movies I added, just randomly showing up in my feed. That looks like Cat in the Hat, that book. I really can't remember what. I never knew that was Leslie Nielsen until I saw this movie Reaction. John Galt, John Lovitz. That really is John Lovitz. I didn't realize I watched it. What video am I looking for? Oh, this is awesome. That song, one of the best songs. That's what the behind the music joke is. Those are funny. Compare these guys' faces and those videos. That's what I did. That was my cousin's mentor, Henry David Thoreau. William Henry Harrison and Dwight David Eisenhower can sort of combine to create, I don't know. That's a new segment from the 1980s. I finally watched that. It was on my watch later playlist for a while. Oh, it was This Billy Madison. So I watched this. This is featured. The scene here. This scene. These two songs sound identical. Maybe all three of those. So Adam Sandler's breakthrough character when he broke into the media, I don't know what to call it. When he became a media figure, in my opinion, is close to 90 or 100% accurately imitating the Wooly Bully from Sham the Shams, Samson and the Pharaohs. I'm just joking. Anyway, so that's all for now. Video over. The idea here is the next episode song. You gotta find the first episode. That's Spade on Johnny Carson. That really shows his age. If you watch a video of him now, it looks like he's like in his 20s, at least his attitude. And and physical appearance even, I'll just be honest. Dave Spade finally updated his YouTube channel after almost a year, a couple of weeks ago. And he hosted Kimmel. That was awesome. So, you gotta check out the first episode. This entire character, the Opera Man, I think is Dracula, but that turns out to be an animated movie that he made recently. I don't know the name of it. Search Adam Sandler Dracula. That's actually the opera singer. It's the same Wooly Bully. So here's the movie Bully, Billy Madison, everything. It's a huge joke if you watch these videos right here. But George. Anyways, alright, video over. Here's where some of my videos have been corrupted. At least 5 to 10 hours of videos I've ever made have been like this. When I go to end the video, something happens and the whole file gets corrupted. So, alright, stop and record. I don't know what to say. Video stop.